So you want to play Reptile in Mortal Kombat 1, but you're not sure which cameo fighter to pick. Today we're going to be checking out each cameo and seeing which ones complement Reptile's playstyle and moveset the most. This will be a great starting point for anyone new to the game or new to the character of Reptile. I'll leave the timestamps in the description if you want to jump to a specific character, but let's just get right into it. So our first cameo up is going to be Darrius, who goes so well with Reptile for a couple of different reasons. Our first move here is just kind of the get off me spin kicks. You won't be using this too much, but it's a fun little move. Keep your opponent away, cover some distance. But the main bread and butter here with Darrius is the spin kick right here, combo extender. So on the surface, it doesn't look like anything crazy, and it does take up Darrius's full bar, so you got to be careful with that. But it just works so well because Reptile's main combo ender is this move right here, which usually you go into the crocodile. But instead, now what we can do is we can go into our combo ender and we can extend it even more. So some really cool things you could do with Darrius is, like, for example, you can do double pop-up and the combo. Usually the combo would end here, but it doesn't. Now we can set up on their wake up and we can get right into it again. Another really awesome thing you can do is Reptile's main string that you're always going to be looking for is this back 3-1, but it actually has an ender if you do back 3-1-3. So that's a double low. Now you can actually combo off a double low if you bring in Darrius. It is crazy, man. So you're getting a double low for 27% minimum. That's minimum. Look at that. Oh, it's so good. It is so good. And honestly, the more that people play this game and the longer it's out and people start getting used to cameos and trying different things, Darrius, watch out. This character is going to start being everywhere. But then we also finally have that double overhead right there. So the one thing that makes Reptile so strong is your opponent is always worried about a low. This is your main combo string. They're always going to be watching out for this. Literally, it goes into everything for Reptile. Let's just see what we could do. And then we could set up right here. And then they get popped up. Oh, it's so good, man. It is so good. But this low, it's got great range. And again, this is what every Reptile player is looking for. And what people that playing against Reptile don't want to deal with. Since your opponent's always going to be blocking low, we could bring in Darrius for an overhead. So now that looks pretty cool, right? It's not going to catch everybody. However, if you bring him in, now you have low overhead pressure. If you get the timing right, low overhead pressure, you can go into full combo right there. So we bring in Darrius, he gets the overhead, one more overhead, just like that, dude. It is so crazy what you can do with this double overhead. Just the pressure alone makes this so worth it, because now your opponent's thinking about the double overhead. Well, we get a free low, just like that. Now the mind games of low, overhead, safety, combos, I mean, it just goes on and on. Darrius, so good with Reptile. Takes a little bit of getting used to. You definitely got to mess around a little bit in practice mode. But man, is it worth it when you start to figure out Darrius with Reptile. So the next cameo up is Sareena. And honestly, does anything need to be said at this point? If you guys been playing online at all, you've definitely been running into Sareena and being hit by combos that just go on literally for 15 years. But hey, man, she is one of the best for a reason right now. So first up, we just have the straight shot, which, I mean, you're really not going to be using this too much, but it is an option. But then you just have one of the best cameo moves in the game, the 4-hitting, combo extending blades. Oh my goodness, dude, it is so good. And then we can just get full combo. 34%, and I barely even did anything. 34% off a low. And both of my bars a meter here for Sareena. That is just crazy, the combos that you can do. How much does this do? Can we go? 36. 36% on that move. Sareena is so good. Sareena goes with every single character. It doesn't matter. Any of these videos I make, anytime we get to Sareena, it's just automatic. Yeah, this character works for sure. Another Sareena move that's really good is this area of effect on the ground that deletes your opponent's bar. Having bar in Mortal Kombat 1 is super important, so to be able to get your opponent off of it is really good. They can't break or anything like that, or even do any armored wake-ups. But let's say you're in the corner, you go into your Reptile ender, and they are just depleting while you're in this animation. So a really, really nice setup right here. And this is on a low. So we could even do something like this with Sareena, where go full damage, and then get her set up while we're in the Reptile. Oh my goodness, dude. Then go for throw, 1-1-4. So many options here with Sareena. Like I said before, any character you're playing, Sareena's gonna work well. There's no way she does it. It's literally just free combos that go on forever. And I mean, the damage is crazy too. You just keep on going. Your opponent's like, you know what? I quit at this point. And 33% for doing nothing. So our next cameo up is going to be Cyrax, who is very interesting, very unique, but could work well with Reptile depending on how you play. One thing I really like is this air-to-air move spin that Cyrax has. And this works nicely with Reptile's back 2, which you can hold and pop up your opponent. This is not going to hit too much, but that looming overhead threat, we were talking about back 3 a lot, right? The low. So any overhead is going to work nicely with Reptile. But we could pop him up, go with Cyrax, and get full combo right there. 23%. Not bad. 23% on an overhead from downtown. Really not bad. at all. You got to commit, though. You do have to commit. You can also hold for really good chip. If you hold, Cyrax will go forward. You get some nice chip right there. Does Cyrax actually work on that? It does. So now your 114 also combos. And we can do some crazy stuff right there. Usually you can't combo off 114. You get the punish or anything like that. There we go. Nice. So honestly, out of all of Cyrax's moves, this anti-air spin or air-to-air spin is actually going to be the best part for our boy Reptile right here, which is really cool. Then we also have the net, which you can just call out. Let's say it does combo. We can get some really good damage here with Reptile. Not bad. Literally for not blocking at any range, you get opened up for like 28% for no reason at all. So Cyrax is actually pretty cool. Again, though, I think the MVP is the air-to-air spin because that just gives you so many options. Because you're popping your opponent up so much with Reptile, dude. You can do so much with it. Cyrax, though, not a bad pick. If you like Cyrax, I definitely don't see any problems picking him with Reptile. And our next cameo is going to be Kano, who was really, really good in the MK1 beta. But now that Sareena is in the game as a cameo, I don't really think you need Kano much. He definitely works with a lot of characters, though. And he's got a little bit of synergy with Reptile. The first thing, Reptile loves is full screen low. But when you have Kano, you now also have a full screen high. So I don't know, just kind of mess with your opponent, the mind games there. Your opponent doesn't know if you're going to go low. Or if you're going to go high, get some chip, get some damage. We also have Kano Ball, which we can hold to delay. That's just more pressure. We absolutely love to have that. It does push them full screen, so be wary of that with Reptile. Reptile's kind of like rush down, be in your face. But it does give you added safety for the Reptile low. You can kind of go for both at once at the same time. And ooh, it combos if you let go at the right time. Oh my goodness, it combos. So Kano Ball is actually pretty sweet with Reptile. I'm not gonna lie, I like that setup. Then we also have Classic Knives combo extender. Maybe you can catch your opponent. The question is, though, does it combo? Let's see. Does it combo? Oh, but it like kind of pops them up. That's weird. Let's try a full combo and see what we could do. This might be like advanced, but I'm just gonna go for it because why not? Oh, it's an ender, but I mean, we already have a great combo ender. I'm sure, though. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, so you actually get a combo off your 114. That's sick. We're learning on the fly, like I said. I love anything that combos off 114 is really good, just because Reptile's 1-1 is so quick, but not much combos off it. So if you have a cameo that helps you out with that. Oh, that is awesome, dude. Okay, the knives are actually sick. You can call them out just to kind of have them, and then we can go full combo. Or if you get the 114, call it in. Full string right there, dude. Okay, so Kano actually works really well with Reptile. I like that a lot. You have the Kano Ball, which can go at the same time as your Crocodile Leap. And then we also have 114 combo extender, which is really sick. I like that. And how much damage is that? On a 114, 24%. Not bad at all. Kano, definitely getting some points with Reptile in my book. So our next cameo up is going to be Sonya, who works so well with Reptile because Reptile is all about popping your opponent up with Force Ball, and Square Weave just kind of extends all those air combos for you. So something really simple. We can just do a basic bread and butter here with Reptile. Keep the Square Weave going. And I mean, look at that damage, dude. Look at that damage. Off a low 33%. Oh, okay. I got it. This is taking up time in the video, but I don't care because we're going to hit this. I want to hit 2 in 1 combo. There we go, dude. Full string right there. 34%. 2 Square Weaves in 1 combo. Wow, that's really good. And then, like I said, 114. Anything off a 114 combo is going to be really good. You can even pop up with 2-3. Nice easy string right there on a 2-3 for 26%. Square Wave just works so well with Reptile. If you hit the random Force Ball out of nowhere, boom, more damage, more combos. Works so nicely. Sonya also has Leg Grab, which is a little bit of a combo extender. I don't know when you're going to be using this too much, but maybe you want to switch sides and you can start pushing to the corner right there. So if you want to switch sides, just go Leg Grab. And we can kind of keep pushing to the corner here, just like so. A little bit of an option there. And then she just has her projectile, which is a high. If you charge it, it can be a mid. Ooh, wait a minute. So while we're delaying, that's actually really nice. 14% on like a mid-low. That's crazy, man. There's a lot of dirt right there. It pushes both of you back. But hey, 12% on something as random as this is not bad at all. I will definitely take that. And then you go into a Force Ball, pop them up, Square Weave, boom, full combo. I would definitely say Sonya's a great choice with Reptile for sure. That Square Wave, it just covers so much air. And all you're doing is fighting in the air with Reptile anyway, so I really like Square Wave. That just works, man. That just works so nicely. Sonya, definitely a great choice for Reptile. So our next cameo up is Sektor, who's actually my favorite cameo in the game right now. I absolutely love Sektor. I just think his moveset is so good, and it works with like every single character. First up, we have the Rocket. You just call it out, and you can kind of do whatever you need to do. It works so well. I always have Sektor's Rocket out on screen. You literally cannot go wrong. You just call in after anything, and you have all this pressure that you can do. And it's so quick. It is so quick. Half the time, your opponent's going to forget about it, too. It just pops up. They're worried about so many other things. They're not even thinking about the rocket. So one of the best moves in the game right here, easily. Next up, we have Teleport Punch, which is going to be our main combo extender. So, for example, one of our combos can look like this. Very simple. Just kind of go into the Teleport Punch, get 25%. Or we could do something a little bit more zesty. Pop our opponent up. Get the Teleport Punch. Oh, dude, it looks so good. That is a swaggy combo. Let me see if I can get the ender for it. We got to end the combo there. And just like that, 33%. Force ball, and Sektor up punch, man. Oh, that is sick. And then while you're in Crocodile, you can set up the rocket too. I just thought of that. Oh my goodness. Go Crocodile, go rocket, set up combos, game. Good game. Game, set, match, dude. There's literally nothing you can do. Oh, that is sick. Sektor just works so well, man. And then we also have Flamethrower, kind of just like a get-off-me tool. Maybe if you want to keep your opponent away a little bit. And then you can kind of go into the low while they don't know what's going on. A little bit of options there, but it's really going to be all about the rocket pressure, dude. It's just so good. That pressure is so good. And then also just general combos here. Go into the punch, boom, just like that. It's actually some good damage too. Sektor gives you some really solid damage, man. So Sektor, a great choice literally for any character just because of the rocket setup. This makes any character infinitely better. So our next cameo up is going to be Frost, another one of the most popular cameos in the game. Goes with any character so well, and that's strictly because of Ice Carpet. Anywhere on screen, very fast low, combo extender, combo starter. It's just so good. So for example, we have something like this. We can pop up, go into it, and get 28% like that. Even more of like super bread and butter, simple stuff that anybody could do. We just pop up right here. And just like that, look how much damage we're getting. Off a low, 27%. That's no specials, nothing crazy. Just very, very simple stuff, man. No matter what level of play you're at, you could do these easy combos with Frost. She's just so good. The combo extenders just work so nicely. And that's off a low, and it's a low. We can pop up right here. Go into it. And get full combo, dude. Oh my goodness, 33% off the low. It's so good. Another really good move by Frost is if you hold the cameo button, you get a really nice chip option and full screen push. Maybe you want to keep them full screen and kind of own the space here. Do something like this, push them back. This is just with any character. Frost is really good because if your opponent's blocking everything, you can just go right into this and look at all that chip that they're taking. And then you will go in again. Let's do it one more time. There's so much chip. That's just... all of that is off block. All that damage is on block. Then we also have Snowflake, which is a great move. If your opponent touches the orb, they're frozen. Can you double combo? Oh, no, you can't. Okay, I just wanted to check that. But this is really good. It kind of controls the space. Your opponent's worried about it. And you have Force Ball, so there's just so much that you could do, man. Force Ball already just takes up so much space on screen. You're just commanding the entire stage with this. So to pair that with Frost Orb, now you have Force Ball, Orb, and a low full screen. So you are just completely controlling all the space here with all of Reptile's options and Frost. So she works really nicely. And let's say the orb does hit. We can kind of just go into our full combo right here. Really simple. Nothing crazy. 28% off literally the orb hitting. 28% off of you accidentally getting hit by an orb. Like, come on, man. That is so good. So yeah, between the orb and between the Frost combo extenders, there's just so much that you could do here, man. So much that you could do with Frost. She's just the best. If you're learning a new character, I would always recommend starting with Frost, just because you can get used to all the combos with Ice Carpet. Super good, really quick and easy. Can't go wrong with that. You can never go wrong with Frost cameo in this game right now. So our next cameo up is going to be Jax, who honestly is a little bit more of like an intermediate cameo. I'm not going to lie, but there's still some pretty cool stuff you can do. First, we have the ground pound, which just kind of controls space. People are going to get caught by this all the time. You have to be careful, though, because if you're next to it, it will pop you up, too. But it isn't unblockable. Making your opponent deal with an unblockable is really nice. But Jax's main bread and butter is his backbreaker. And this catches airborne opponents and continues combo strings. And since we are Reptile, the backbreaker is definitely going to work for us. But like I said, pretty intermediate, man. You really got to sit in practice mode for a while with Jax to really get it figured out. But some basic bread and butter stuff, if you do want to use Jax, 114 is going to combo. We can kind of keep that string going. And off 114, get 26%. Not bad. Also, since he's all about extending combos in the air, again, we've been saying this a lot. We are Reptile. It's all about popping people up. So we can do something as simple as Force Ball, go into the Jax backbreaker, and continue our combo string there. He also has Energy Wave. I don't think anybody's going to be using this much. You really don't ever see it. It's going to be all about the combo extender backbreaker, as well as the unblockable kind of setup here. I do like that you can combo 114. That just kind of keeps things really nice here for Reptile. Again, 26%, not bad at all. But we could also do something like a double pop-up. Bring in Jax. Get the full pressure here. Oh my goodness, dude. 30% on a jump in too. But again, this is going to require like a lot of messing around in practice mode and stuff. You really got to want to use Jax. I'm going to be honest. You're really going to have to want to use them for this because the timing on everything is so tough. Reptile just has such bizarre looking moves and timings. But once you can get it down, I think Jax is going to be really solid, especially with this unblockable setup, man. Because now we can just get full combo like that. They're worried about the ground, and you cover the air. So you call in Jax, they have to jump, right? Well, we cover the air. So Jax actually has some really, really nice synergy. But again, a little bit more of an advanced cameo, I would say. At least for Reptile's sake. But nonetheless, a fantastic option. If you're playing Raiden, though, use Jax. I know this isn't a Raiden video, but use Jax if you're playing Raiden. So our next cameo up is going to be Stryker, who actually complements most of the cast pretty well just because of his moveset. First up, we have the low, just a straight low knockdown. So again, we can go double low right here. Your opponent really has to watch their feet if you're using this one. But again, just a straight knockdown, get the pressure on. After that, we have the grenade tosses, which are going to cover a lot of space. And this works really nicely for Reptile because you can call Stryker in to bring the nades, and you can also go into your crocodile. So you have a lot of options of space control. We talked about space control before with Frost. Stryker just does it better, man. Stryker just does it better. And I think that was a combo. How many hits is this? That's 4. We bring in the nades. Oh my goodness, and that's 5. The nades do combo, which is really good. And again, look how much space you're covering. You're covering the sky, and you're covering the ground. And you can even do the high one if your opponent wants to jump. So you're covering even more of the screen. Really, really solid full screen option right there. And then we talked about the low, which I like. But since Reptile already has so many lows, I don't think we need any more lows. But with that low, we also have the overhead bop. So your opponent's so worried about the low, and now they go overhead. So you can go low, overhead mix-up. It's not a lot of damage, but it causes your opponent to think. So since this string ends in a low right here at the end, you could even do something like this. Bop them up. So now your opponent, that's just a level of mix-up right there. Again, not a lot of damage. It's more so just like pressuring your opponent, making them think about the block string because now they got to go overhead. So now this time I'm going to go low. This time I'm going to go overhead. There's just so much that your opponent has to think about. And it's such a good knockdown, man. Because you can go into knockdown, set up your force ball. Maybe it hits, they're pressing a button. You get up close, bop them down, hit the force ball, pop them up. More force ball pressure. It's just so good. And then finally, his last move is Cuffed, which is a restand. And one thing I like about it a lot is that you can actually restand off pop-ups. So for whatever you want to do right there, you can go right into your low, or you could pop them up. We'll go restand. And then I hold them my back too. They don't know, right? There's just so many options. So one thing I like to do is you can pop up, go into restand Cuffed, and now we're in perfect range for our low overhead mix-up yet again. So really, really good options there with Stryker for sure. But I think mostly if you're playing Stryker, it's going to be kind of for the knockdown overhead mix-up. Or with Reptile, it's really, the grenades just work so well, man. But nonetheless, as with most cameos, definitely a solid option with Reptile. So our next cameo up is actually one of my favorite to use with Reptile, and that is going to be Scorpion. Scorpion has so many good options. First off, starting with the Fire Breath. Does not work on grounded opponents. It's more of a combo extender in the air. And listen, for Reptile, it's all about the combo extenders off Force Balls. We can do something as simple as our bread and butter right here. Force Ball, bring in Scorpion, and get the full string right there. And it just looks so swaggy, man. It just looks so swaggy. And you can also combo off 114, which makes it even more insane. So we can go 114, Force Ball, combo. So you can do a lot of stuff. Anytime you pop up with Force Ball, literally just call in the Scorpion. And all you have to do is just press left trigger, and it'll work. But let's do our basic bread and butter. Oh, man, that string is so good. We can end that, though. Hold on. We could definitely end that. There we go. 30%. Not bad at all, dude. Next up, we have overhead Hellblades. I love this move. We were just talking about Stryker, and it's a knockdown. But this time, what if I told you we can go low overhead combo? Your opponent has no idea what's happening. You can literally just go low overhead, and your opponent just has to block low overhead, and we get combo strings. So, for example, it could look something like this. Just really simple bread and butter right there for 25% on a low overhead. You're taking a quarter of their life on a low mid overhead. That is absolutely amazing, dude. I love that. And we didn't even do anything crazy. This is super simple. No air combos, nothing. But let's get a little bit zestier. Let's do overhead, low, mid, overhead, into combo. Just like that. And there's other combos we can do. For example, something really simple. We can go forward 3, Force Ball, and get the knockdown just like that. 30% on a low. Very nice mix-ups there, man. So good. I love that overhead. You can also just call it out, and it'll work. It's an overhead. The reason why it's so good, honestly, it's great for the combos, but when you're in this range right here with Reptile, your opponent is always going to be crouch blocking. because that back 3 is right there, right? That back 3 full combo, your opponent doesn't want to take that. So you're standing right here. Your opponent's thinking about the back 3. Guess what? Overhead's coming in. Overhead's coming in, and I'm getting a full combo. Just from this range right here, this mix-up alone is so good. Because you got the back 3, which is a low, and you got an overhead, both of which are combo starters. So either way, you're getting opened up, either overhead or low. So Scorpion just works so nicely. And then finally, he has the get over here. I don't think you're going to be using this too much, but if you ever need to just get the hell out, you can also do that. It is an armored move as well, so it will work. I think for the most part with Reptile, you want to be like right here, right? You want to be in this back 3. You want to be in this forward Kameo area, forward 3 area. So kind of living right here when you're using Scorpion is so good. Next Kameo up is going to be Sub-Zero, who just off the surface works well with like every single character in the game, and that's because of ice armor right here. So this makes you immune to projectiles. Next up, Sub-Zero also has the Get Off Me tool, which I really like. Kind of just push your opponent away. If they're blocking, you can use it on block, and just kind of gets them out of there. If your opponent's like super pressure, you can kind of call in Cold Shoulder, get them out of there. And then, of course, it wouldn't be Sub-Zero without a combo extender. So really, really like that. This is just, I think Sub-Zero is just a lot more kind of basic in terms of what you're looking for. You're getting combo extenders. One thing that's good, though, is this combo extender kind of hits above them. So if you're popping up your opponent a lot, which you should be doing, you kind of have one right above you, right? Also, if your opponent's jumping in, you can catch them with a freeze. But for the most part, pretty much just going to be using this as a combo extender. The one thing I like about Sub with Reptile a lot is Reptile doesn't really want to be at this range back here. There's not much he can do. Because again, Force Ball is not going to really do much. You're going to control space, but you really can't get much here. Your only option at full screen is to go into the low Crocodile. However, it's really minus, and your opponent could be ready for it. You can kind of react to that. So one thing I like is you pop the armor, and now you can kind of just get in for free, you know? You don't have to worry about your opponent doing anything crazy. So you pop the ice armor, and now you kind of have room to work if your opponent's just trying to keep you away. Ice armor is really good for that. I mean, the combo extender is good. Who doesn't want that? Just get more damage, more combos. Why not? If you're playing Reptile, you definitely want to be using the ice armor. That kind of just lets you get in for free. Our next Kameo up is Kung Lao, who I think is one of the best cameos in the game. He's got such great options. First one being the low hat, which is a full screen low projectile. It's also very fast. You can also hold it to kind of delay it on your opponent. But the reason this works so well with Reptile is because we can go low hat, hold, back 2, overhead low. Now your opponent's like, dude, what am I supposed to block? Am I supposed to block low or am I supposed to block overhead? Really, really solid low overhead trap right there. Then as you guys just saw, we have the teleport. Be careful using this. Sometimes you can catch your opponent. Sometimes you're going to get absolutely blown up for it. And then finally, we have the combo extender. So we go low, we go combo extender, and just like that, we have a full string combo right there. So one thing we can do, something like this, we go into our bread and butter. And we can get a combo extender right there for 30%. Really just on any opening, just go into the Kung Lao spin. Why not? You're getting some good damage. You're popping them up. But I think in terms of for Reptile, it's the low hat. The low hat is so good because you can also do low hat and Crocodile, get the combo. So your opponent really has to watch their feet. But you can also do like the low hat, the back 2. I think that's kind of your best bet when it comes to Kung Lao and Reptile. But again, just some easy combos. Let's see what we can do here. There we go. 33%. Not bad. Not bad at all. I like Kung Lao, man. Kung Lao is really, really solid. Also, if you are at full screen, kind of catch your opponent pressing, and you can get up close. That's what's good with the teleport. You really got to make the read, though. If you just kind of do this, your opponent's going to be able to just uppercut you into smithereens, but anything to be able to get Reptile closer to the opponent's good. And again, just the low. It's all about that low, man. The low is so good. So the next Kameo up is Shujinko, but we're actually going to be skipping out on him just because his Kameo is to steal your opponent's moves. So it really depends on who your opponent's playing as. This is just going to require a video all on its own. The next Kameo up is going to be Motaro, who I still can't believe this character's in the game, dude. He just looks so ridiculous, but so awesome. I love that. Anyway, first move up is going to be the teleport. Again, I really like this. Anytime we can get closer to our opponent with Reptile, that is what we want. If we find ourselves in one of these situations, it's actually pretty quick, and we can go into the low from here. If you catch your opponent pressing, you can go into the low. Not bad at all. Just a teleport. You can't go wrong with a teleport. We also have Reflect, which is like one of the best moves in the game for a Kameo right now, I think. Not only does it stop projectiles, but it bounces it back. So if we set Raiko to throw, boom, it just bounces it right back to him. And it lasts pretty long, and it moves forward. So Sub-Zero's Ice Armor is good because it makes you immune. This bounces it back, and you can walk with them. So all you got to do is just hold, and now your opponent literally can't do anything. So really solid option for Reptile if you're trying to get into your opponent and you can't do anything. Now you have something to kind of just cover your bases as you're walking around. Then we have tail shot, which is not full screen, but it's still a really solid low. Again, just forcing your opponent to block low as Reptile. Your opponent's always going to be worried about it. That's going to open up things like the back two, as we talked about. But just a straight shot. You can't go wrong with it. Knocks him down. Finally, we have tail shot, a triple hitting projectile at full screen, which actually gives Reptile some really, really nice functionality. So let's say we are at full screen, we call in tail shot. We can just go right into it. And it's still going, so we can go again and we can get nice and close. You could also call in tail shot and go in for the low. So not only are you just covering pretty much the entire mid screen, but now you're also covering the feet too. So honestly, I like Motaro, man. You got the teleport, you got the projectile stopper, and you have a full screen projectile, which Reptile desperately needs. And it can combo off it, so not a bad choice at all. If you like Motaro, hey, why not pick him with Reptile? He's pretty good. And last but not least, we have Goro, who has some fantastic synergies with Reptile's moveset. First, we have Raise the Roof, which we can do regular, we can do mid, and we can do far. But one thing that's really cool about Raise the Roof is it actually allows us to combo off a string we haven't talked much about in today's video. So now we have Reptile's 2-4, which is a low. Usually you cannot combo off that. But with Goro's Raise the Roof, now it's a combo, which is sick. Off a low. A 2-4 low. And this catches a lot of people just as a move in general, especially in week 1. Not a lot of people are ready for this. So to be able to do a combo off that is crazy. And I mean, that's just bread and butter right there. 25% on a quick high low that you're almost that probably everybody's not even going to be ready for. Oh man, that's such a good string. Another thing we could do is combo off 1-1-4. Of course, just keep it nice and simple. You're going to find some crazy, crazy stuff with this character, man. We go jump in, 1-1-4. There we go, just like that. Full string, 28% on a jump in, 1-1-4. Raise the Roof is so good. This actually goes really well with a lot of characters. I would definitely experiment. Whatever character you're using, experiment with Goro's Raise the Roof because it actually works a lot better than you would think. We could also do force ball combos with Raise the Roof that I just think look so good. Look at that, 30% near. And it just looks so swaggy. Next up, we also have Punch Walk. You can't go wrong with Punch Walk. Just keep your opponent out of there. Not the best, but it's just good to put a body in front of you. Why not? It will absorb a projectile if I'm not mistaken. So Punch Walk is just classic. Not a combo though, but just throwing it out there and using it because why not? It's Punch Walk. Then we have the Stomp. Takes up all of your meter, but a really good option. So you can call Goro in, and now you have Force Ball and Stomp. Kind of just taking up that screen. Again, really just forcing your opponent to deal with so much pressure, whether it's Force Ball, whether it's Stomp, whether it's the low Crocodile. There's just so many options. And then finally we have Dead Weight, a combo extender. Kind of like Sonya's, but it works really nicely. So we go Force Ball. Oh, yes. We most certainly can get that 32% on a low. And man, does it look sick. Dude, just calling Goro in to throw him to the other side, that is an awesome combo right there. So Goro, definitely a great option, especially being able to combo off 2-4. I mean, that is just absolutely awesome. So many options with Goro that I just love. Like, I could do this combo all day, man. I could do that combo all day.